Right, good morning again. Yeah, I I'll say it all again. My video died, my computer died on me this morning, my Windows one, so now I'm on a Mac one, and I'm not totally sure of what I'm doing as regards to the recording on here. I haven't practiced enough with this one. Hi, Sally. I hope Penny's still around because she was on the first recording that I did. Anyway, yeah, my video died. I'm on a Mac and I'm not totally sure what I'm doing, but I am sure what I'm doing with the cards, I think. Right, as I said, today it's dragons and it's unicorns. So I think I showed you a few cards yesterday that I remember. I'm going this way. I don't know if you can see that upside down. There we go. Unicorn and a dragon. Right, we're doing some matten layering. And, oh, hi, Leo with Sally. Hi, Sarah. We're doing some matten layering. For those who don't know what matten layering is, it's basically you're putting down a mat and then we're layering on top and we're building up as I've done in this one. So you've got your mat at the back, a layer, you've got another mat, another layer, another mat there, which is the purple, and a layer. So that's basically all it is. So we'll start off with this. So it says an 8x8 card. I've started with some double-sided tape, which I know a lot of you know it's like teaching your granny how to suck eggs, but we do have a few new people. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you, somebody say? I'll carry on. Hopefully you can. Right, double-sided tape. That's the less strong tape. And you can get what they call the red tape, which is a lot stronger. There's also some sticks that you can get, which is extra tacky. But the difference between this one and the red one is that you can, thanks Sally, is that you can tear it. Okay, basically what you're needing to do is just tape it down. It's a bit light by this side, so you're taking it down. Either a pokey tool, which is one of these, or something with a sharp spike on to block it, or use your fingernails. Now when you're putting it down onto a layer, the easiest thing to do is to just pull a bit back. I'll show you there. Just to pull a bit back and bend it. I'll show you why in a minute. I do normally use wet glue for this, but it would probably get a bit messy and it would take too long, so hence me doing it this way. Now we do need a little bit in the middle to keep it so that it doesn't bubble, and I'm using Kalal, so just squeeze a little bit along there, not very much because we don't want it bubbling. But I've also bought these glue spreaders from Hobbycraft. I think they're about £1 for a pack, and I find them brilliant. Okay, so as you can see, there's not too much glue. We don't need that for the bottom layer really. Now all I gotta do is make sure that it lines up. I'm probably supposed to have it this way. These 8x8 cards are not, well, any of the cards are not always the size that they say they're going to be. Right, once you've got it where you want it, I'm paying attention. I'm paying more attention to the monitor here than I am to what I'm doing. Right. So we've got it like that, and you're literally then just going to pull that out pull along like that. And that should, although it hasn't happened with me, it should give you, should put it on straight. Yes, it has. Okay. And what I've done now is I've got two layers. I've already stuck these ones, and I've stamped that with happy birthday. I've got, and basically what I did was put the dark purple down, cut it evenly along the sides, and then I've just done each one identical so that we can have something in the middle like that. So we've got this and we've got this, and what I'm going to do with this is use the wet glue. So I'm going to put one of these down. These are brilliant. Everybody needs one. And we're going to use this with the glue spreader. What I like about this is you can run it down. But I mustn't look at the monitor because I must look at what I'm doing. I'm just looking at the monitor to see what if you can see what I'm doing. Right, so what I'm going to do is pull it away from the sides. Don't know if you can see that. Let's forward a bit. I could actually zoom in using the other computer, but I haven't got the foggiest idea how I do it on this one, but I'll show you what I've done when I've finished. I think I got a bit too much on here, but that's okay because I can scrape it off. You can see I'm just coming in from the edges so that it doesn't squirt out at the ends when we put it down. Much too much glue on here, so I'm going to have to take some off. That's the other good thing about doing it this way is if you've got too much glue on, you can either just spread it or take it off. That'll be something for me to pick at after. Could have put it in a pot, or but I don't have one to hand. There we go. Make sure there's nothing on there, but the easiest way to do that is take it off. Lined up. I have found that if anybody's watching you, you've got it all. It doesn't go as easy as it would if nobody was watching you. Right, that's that done. Put this over here so I don't need any more glue. Got it all over my fingers. Let's peel that off. Okay, so we're back with the card. I want that one in the middle. I'll have that one by there and that one by there. Now what we want to do with these is give them a bit of some height, and for that I just had a load out now and I've put them away. Sorry if you can't hear me, I'll shout. Sorry, got them. Right, the double-sided foam pads, as you can see, these are Hunky Dory ones. You can get them cheap from the works. If you're practicing, they're not that good, or you can get it on these come in a great big roll, which I find useful because I do a lot. Yeah, so you can get these in various sizes. I mean, these are square. Let me see, let's take one off. There you are. And in relation to this, they're that big. Could also get very tiny small ones. And you can get long ones, you can get anyone's. Any size, and if you can't get the size you want, you can actually, I'm looking for these ones I took out. Got them. Yeah, here's the cheap one. Yeah, it does, Sally. As Sally says, using glue like that, it gives you a little bit of time to move it around. No, then this, as Sally says, the strips, the double-sided tape, aren't as forgiving. But if you do use them, you could also put some dots of glue on there, and that will give you some little bit of a leeway, not a hell of a lot. Right, so these are the ones I actually got from the works. As I say, they're okay to mess about with, but I'm not going to use them. I'm going to use some Hunky-Dory. And I'll probably run out of Hunky-Dory. You can get them different heights as well. I should actually have done the top ones before I came on. Let's see if I can go quickly. If you're watching this on the replay, can you actually put replay so I can sort of gauge? And if you'd like me to do it at a different time of the day, if you can tell me that, and I'll see how many would like to change the time. I'm waffling along. Tomorrow, I'm going to be recording tomorrow's later on today, because I'm not going to be here at 9:30. If you want to know where I'm going to the gym. And if I stop for anything, then I've been going once a week on a Tuesday. And if I stop for anything, then you know what's going to happen. I'm not going to take it back up. So same again, either pokey tool or your fingers. The bigger ones, your fingers, quite easy. Or your nails, if you've got any. And while I'm doing this, don't forget I've got a free place offer for the pop-up box workshop that I'm doing. That starts on the 23rd of September. It'll be a week long. I'll do 3 lives on the Monday, in between having breaks to go through the whole box itself. I'll do a Q&A in the week, and I'll be around live if you want me. Anyway, as I said, I'm giving away a free place. And what you need to do is, once you've made your cards, either today or whenever you make them, it doesn't really matter if you don't do it on the day. If you can post somewhere on social media with the hashtag #CreateWithTerry, I'll put it underneath or in the description, and let me know you've done it and where you've done it, and then I can go and like it. And you'll get 1 entry each day for when you do that. So 5, you need to do it for 5 days. Or if you do all the cards on the last day, post them all individually and then do it then. Right, with these, it sometimes, if you, these are pretty forgiving-ish because they don't stick down too much straight away. But if you put a dot of glue in each one, I think it's more like a comfort blanket for me. That was silly of me, innit? I should have thought where I was putting them first. As I say, these are pretty forgiving, so I've only just dropped them there. See? And they won't leave anything. So I think this is a comfort blanket rather than you really have to do them. Line it up. There we go. I mean, you might want to lay them all out first and then do them one by one, which is a more logical way. This glue I'm using is Cosmic Shimmer. I use it quite a lot. It's not very easy for spreading with that glue. It's not very easy for spreading with a spreader because it dries pretty quickly. Right, another mat and layering that I've done that some of you will have seen last night is this dragon, which I've put onto purple card. Now, between what I've used here is a 1/4 centimetre. So I've cut a 1/2 centimetre bigger than the actual shape, which gives you a 1/4 all the way around. They don't have to be. The layers can be as thick as you want or as small. I just thought it went neatly on here and pulled everything in with that. Again, I'm going to be using some of these foams if I've got any left. Foam pads, I generally use sticks, but I mean, they're much for muchness. In fact, the Works ones are fine. I'm probably just a foam pad snob. No, you can't tell the difference, honestly. You know, I haven't even had breakfast. I can't believe I was all ready here and all set up, ready to go, and then the computer just went black. I talked to it, but wasn't having anything to do with it. You can also double the layers on the pads if you want something that's higher. Okay, so this is what we've got. Don't do as I do and lay the card face down on a mat that obviously wasn't cleaned last night. And then just to finish off, I've got some of these half round peel type things, which I am going to lay down first before I put them on, otherwise they're not going to line up. And those who make cards will know that these are awful to put down, or I think anyway. These are bigger ones, so as you can see, it's easy to just pick them up. But when you've got smaller ones, you can use tweezers, although when I've used tweezers, they normally sort of go bouncing off all over the place. We got a question about the colours and everything there. Yeah, I'll explain that now before I go. You don't have to use unicorns. You don't have to do dragons. I just thought it was nice to have a theme for those who, you know, would like an idea or a challenge. If you don't have unicorns and you don't have dragons, you can use the mat and layering that I've just done with whatever takes your fancy. You can use the colours that I've put out. There's a file over to, I'm pointing, there's a file to the left-hand side, and there's also a page on my website which you need the link to. Should I show this before I waffle on? And there, one simple card. Yeah, right, okay. I would come back to you, only I can't with the Mac. I've got no idea how I get back to you. So I'm going to have to talk to you while you look at this board. Right, yes, you can use the colours today, which I think include lemon, light blue, baby pink. I think it might have been lilac, but basically they were nice unicorn pastels colours. So if you want to make a card with any of those colours, you can make a card using unicorns. You can make a card just using the matte and layer. So you don't have to use all three. You don't have to use two together. Just need to matte and layer, or use the colours, or do the dragon, or you can do all three, or you can do two. I hope that's clear. Right. Those techniques. Right, you've got nothing for steampunk or gothic, Debbie. Don't worry, you'll be fine. Leading into the steampunk, or no, before we go into steampunk, this is one that I've done just using colours. So that would be quite acceptable for today. Even if it wasn't those colours, they've been matted and they've been layered. That's another way you can matte and layer. Put a sentiment on there, and I was going to add something up there. Haven't worked it out yet. Right, tomorrow I'm going to be doing this background, okay? As you can see, you can just use these sort of colours. It'll be, I think there's a jade in there. Now, once I've done the background, you can use whatever colours you want if you want to do a background. If you want to use a steampunk theme, then go with steampunk. If you just want to use the colours and don't want to do the background and you don't want to do steampunk, that's fine, just use the colours. What I would like, I obviously would like everybody to use the theme of the day. But if you can't, you can't. The thing is to have fun, and the challenge is to make a card a day. I'm not even going to be hard on that one. If you make all 5 on Friday, that's fine. But don't forget to tag the hashtag create with Terry in any post you do. Now, the Pinterest board is open, so please start pinning your things to that board. I'll probably repin a few. I've got a free trial with something called Tailwind. So last month I think I had something like 14,000 impressions. So if you want to be seen, then use the Pinterest board by all means. As I say, I'll put it into the schedule and repin a few for you. So that's it for today. If you've got any questions, just ask in the group.